couple of years ago, I bought myself a 1M9. At the time, it was the top of the pile as one of 2015's flagship offerings. The design and multimedia capabilities gave the phone good props, but so much wasn't going for it. Before we get into all the gory details, let's get the good stuff out of the way first. The M9 packed some of the best specs of 2015, with the only thing shining up from true glory being the 5-inch Full HD Super LCD display, which couldn't match up with the Galaxy S6's 2K AMOLED display. Not the screen was bad, not at all. You'll be hard pressed to tell the difference between a 1080p and a 1440 display on any given day. The quality of the panel just wasn't up to par. Aside from that, the text was plenty sharp. Watching videos and playing games was just a breeze. The phone itself is well built, although the weak aluminium chassis left much to be desired in terms of long-term endurance. Its successor, the HTC 10, was made from military-grade aluminium, which is pretty much burn-proof. Ask jerry-rig everything. As a result, I've had quite a few incidences that have left the phone scuffed. The overall design is still beautiful though, with light reflecting beautifully over the dual-tone finish. I would complain about the bezels, but those are complemented by some of the best-sounding speakers to date. HTC struck gold with their boom sound technology, this time adding Dolby enhancements to improve the audio experience as you watch the video or listen to some music. HTC's incredible run with the multimedia experience doesn't end there. The audio push from the audio jack is amazing. 24-bit audio plays surprisingly well, and even though the HTC 10 came with an onboard DAC and a much stronger amp, if you happen to have the M9, you're not wishing for a new phone because audio failed you. Let's head to the hardware department, which is relatively a standard affair for 2015 flagship. The HTC One M9 comes packed with an octa-core Snapdragon 810 and Adreno 430 GPU, as well as 3GB of RAM, while storage comes in at 32GB expandable via microSD. Now, the saddest thing about this whole tale is Snapdragon 810, which had problems from the start. Qualcomm rushed to push out 64-bit chips using ARM architecture built on a 20nm process, resulting in major overheating issues. I had the phone overheat on me the first day I used it. It's not that it burns skin, but it gets mighty uncomfortable. The result was a degraded performance during resource-intensive tasks and pretty poor battery life. This was one of the M9's greatest downfalls. The software on this phone is a whole other story. It's beautiful, at least for me. HTC doesn't try to do so much as far as software is concerned, and it only gets better with time. Since I got this phone, I've gone through 4 Android iterations, which is pretty impressive. Little tweaks like the shorter animations make the phone feel pretty snappy even on this hardware. As with other manufacturers, their software only bogs down their phones over time. HTC has done a good job in terms of optimizing each software update for their phones. Since Android 7.0 is on board, we get all the great nougat goodies such as split-screen multitasking, data saver, and so much more. Back to another issue with a critical piece of hardware, the camera. HTC decided to ditch ultra-pixel its main camera technology and go with a more traditional 20.7 megapixel shooter with f2.2 aperture and sapphire glass carbon Toshiba sensor. The camera was plagued with issues: slow to focus, terrible metering, overexposure, and poor low-light performance. The selfie shooter was another story, using the 4 ultra-pixel shooter borrowed from the 1M8, just shy of autofocus. With way bigger pixels, photos came out great even in the dark. However, in good lighting and a few tweaks to the camera, you could get some fantastic shots. So what's my verdict? This was a great phone built on a rock-solid foundation of the 1M8. However, it suffered in way too many areas to hit heavy on Samsung, who had just got the design game in check with the Galaxy S6. Should you buy it today? No. A big no. There are way better phones out there at this price range. The A9 and the HTC 10 are the best buys if you want to go HTC right now. That's it, that was the HTC One M9. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button, and if you liked what you saw, give a big thumbs up. Till next time, this is Tony Takes on Tech.